Hey guys, what's going on? I'm John Malecki, and in this video we're going head to head, the Porter Cable Restorer versus the Makita Brush Sander. Check it out. All right, so welcome back to Shop Talk. This has been a long time coming. I get a ton of questions about tools I use, I get a ton of questions about techniques, I get a ton of questions about the shop in general. I wanted to create this segment in order to talk about that stuff. If you guys saw my first video, I reviewed the Milwaukee toolbox, a little blip coming up somewhere around here. If you want to check that out. And this is just an opportunity for me to talk a little bit more instead of just build stuff. So two of the tools I get asked to talk about a ton, and I mean more than anything, is going to be this Makita Brush Sander and comparing it to the Porter Cable Restorer. Now, I've had the Restorer in my shop for a few months now, and I want to tell you a little bit about it, and then we'll compare it to my favorite, the Makita Brush Sander. One of the first things you'll notice about this tool is that it's extremely compact and lightweight. It's designed pretty well that everything just flows right in line. You have your drum, I guess we'll call this a drum, and then you have it come straight back into your handle here. And there's not really much else going on except a little motor up top and a handle. The nice feature of this tool is the drum is easily removable and changeable. Pop that off, pop on the other. And there you go. Very nice. So you can see the tool is very lightweight and ergonomic, fits in your hand pretty well, and it's very easy to maneuver. Let's fire it up. You have to press in this depression button and then pull the trigger, and the tool fires right up. You can lock it on. And then you can hear the speed change. One thing you'll notice immediately with the tool is the amount of vibration that comes in the entire tool once it's turned on. If you watch here, you can see the tool rattles around a lot and it's not very smooth. I feel like this is coming from an overpowered motor and an underdeveloped body. The body of the tool itself is extremely light, and I think that takes away from what this tool is intended to be used for. On the other hand, here's the Makita Brush Sander. First thing that's going to pop out to you is the size. It is much, much larger than the Porter Cable Restorer. Next, you're going to notice that the motor is mounted on the back of the tool. What this does is gives it a nice balanced weight that puts the motor right below your hand, as you can see right here. What comes with those perks of size and bigger motor is also weight. This thing probably weighs 3 to 4 times more than the Restorer itself. The tool has an adjustable front lever, helps you get whatever depth you're looking to get with the tool. And I do suggest that this is a two-handed tool. You can hear the stop in the tool. It also slows down very quickly compared to the Restorer. The brush sander itself is not as adjustable as the Restorer. You need some tooling and you have to take the machine somewhat apart in order to get the drum out. It's a little bit adjustable when it comes to the handle, but this is about it. You're getting the machine as is. So let's talk about a few other things that go into these tools that I personally like and dislike. One being the cord on the Makita. This thing is like 20 feet long. And I mean, it's amazing when you don't have to plug the tool into an extension cord in order to use it in different places in your workflow. I absolutely love that part. And it's just one little thing that makes the tool more convenient. So one other part about these tools is dust collection. Here you can see on the Makita, you got a place to put your dust hose right in above the wheel. On the Restorer, it comes all the way out in the back. This also caps on the Makita when there's no cap on the Restorer. Does one work better than the other? Honestly, I don't really know. I think that they both make a mess. And if you're gonna be using this tool, you should be using it somewhere that's well ventilated or possibly outside. Last thing I want to talk about with these tools is the price. Now, the Restorer is much more of a DIYer and every weekend warrior kind of individual shop tool. It's extremely affordable at under $100, and it has multiple attachments that can make it used in multiple instances. And that makes it a great purchase for someone looking for a tool that can possibly help them in their workflow with something like this. The Makita, on the other hand, retails at $459.99 on Amazon. Now, that is a way higher price point, and you're probably wondering why you would want to invest in a tool that expensive. Well, if you're somebody like myself who works with a ton of reclaimed wood and is consistently looking to keep saw marks and age in your materials, you can't beat a tool like this. Tools like this save you a ton of time, and it also gives you a look and a function that you're going for. This tool is also able to be used with metal, and they do make multiple heads for it, and those are also much more expensive than the Restorer. Thing is with the Restorer is you can get a ton of different adapters for it. Here I've got some sandpaper, I've got some scuff pads that are for metal work, I've got a pumice pad, as well as a stainless steel wheel. Now, it comes standard with this wheel on it, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. I think the wheel is way too firm, and I think that the tool is underpowered for that kind of a firmness in a wheel. The wheel on the Makita, on the other hand, is much longer, and it gives a much nicer finish and flow on the material. I think that the wheel attests to a little bit of the bounciness in this tool when it's on certain surfaces, and I also think that the length of the fibers on the wheel also don't help for it getting into whatever material you're using. All right, now that we've seen both tools, let's check them out in action. So as you can see here, the tool rattles around a ton. This is a piece of reclaimed oak, and I'm putting down light pressure and the board's basically bouncing. Move over to the Makita and it's nice and smooth. The weight of the tool, I think, holds the piece down, as well as the softness of the brush. So it's all in all just a smoother tool. Awesome. So in conclusion, in my opinion, I think that if you're a professional looking to step your game up and get a lot more done with a great tool you're never going to need to replace, the Makita is definitely way to go. I haven't been able to find a good way to get the Restorer into my workflow just because I've had too many issues with it while I'm working. That being said, I think that this tool is fantastic for anyone that is looking to do any type of vast spectrum of garage type projects. Whether it's woodworking or metalworking, you can get into multiple surface finishing styles with it. It's extremely light, so if you're younger or somebody who doesn't like lugging around a big heavy tool, you also have that option for it as well. Awesome. So if you're in the market for a brush sander, I think we have two great options here. One for the kind of beginner or intermediate type of work, and then the other for the professional. If you're looking to get into anything like this with either one of these tools, I have links down below for both of them, and you can check out more information there. I'll also have a full write-up on my website that goes in a little bit more detail with some more photographs of the tools specifically if you want to get any information there. You can also hit me up on Instagram and ask any questions that might be pertaining to either one of these tools. I get a ton of questions about this bad boy because you see it in a lot of my videos, and I've gotten a couple questions on this one as well, hence the reason I did the review. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.